Hi everybody. In this video, let us see what are the objectives of auditing or what are the objects of auditing. According to the changing nature and complexities of the business, the purpose, scope, and objects of audit are subject to change. In olden days, the main objective of auditing was confined to cash audit, which ensure the correctness of accounting for all cash receipts and cash payments by the employees on behalf of the employer. But in later, auditing began to have a twin objective of prevention and detection of errors and fraud. Okay, so in the previous days, the auditing was done in order to have a clarification or in order to ensure the correctness of accounting for all the cash receipts and cash payments, and it is done which is done by the employees on the behalf of employer. But later on, the objective of auditing was changed, and it also aims to find out the prevention to detect and prevent the errors and frauds that is happening in the business organization. So according to change in view from time to time, the objective of auditing can be classified as primary objective and secondary objective or subsidiary objective, and some other objectives are also there for auditing. Primary objective is also known as the main objective or principal objective of auditing. The main aim of primary objective or the primary objective of a auditing process is to ensure the accounts reveal a true and fair view of business and its transactions. So, in order to ensure that the accounts of a particular business organization is really revealing true and fair view of business and its transactions. We are doing auditing, and there are also some subsidiary objectives or secondary objectives of doing auditing, that is detection and prevention of errors and detection and prevention of frauds. Okay, so let us see what are the primary objectives of a particular business organization. So primary objective of a business organization include verification of account, and also to ensure that the balance sheet is showing true and fair statement, and the profit and loss account is also showing true and fair statement. And some of the secondary objective of a auditing includes detection and prevention of errors and detection and prevention of fraud. And some other objectives include in order to have a check on the moral activities of a particular business organization, and also in order to comply with the Companies Act, and also create a trust in government. So these are some of the objectives of doing auditing in a particular business organization. And let us see what do you mean by detection and prevention of errors? Detection and prevention of errors include error of omission, error of commission, clerical errors, and error of principal, as well as compensating errors. Detection and the main aim, or the main aim, as we know, it is to know the fairness, or in order to ensure that the profit and loss account and balance sheet of a particular business organization is giving true and fair value. And the secondary objective, one of the secondary objective is that in order to in order to prevent or in order to detect the errors of a particular books of accounts, and also or in the business organization, and also to detect and prevent the fraud. So detection and prevention of errors include error of omission, error of commission, clerical errors, error of principal, and compensating errors. So let us see what is error of omission. Error of omission means It may be a complete omission or a partial omission. Okay, so if complete omission means if the transactions are not disclosed by the trial balance, if any of the transactions are not included in the trial balance, then we can say that it is a complete omission. And if any disagreement is there in the trial balance, we have recorded all the transactions, but the trial balance is showing some disagreements. If it is so, then we can say that it is an error of omission that comes under partial omission. So error of omission means if the transaction is left to register, or if the transaction is to be left out to register partial entry, that is the partial entry of one transaction. That is error of omission means, as I told you, it may be complete omission or partial omission. If any transaction is not entered, if any transaction, as we know that every transaction is having two aspects, debit aspect as well as credit aspect. If the debit aspect and credit aspect are not written, that we call it as full omission or complete omission. And if partial omission means if any of the any debit aspect or credit aspect, any one aspect, if it is not written in the trial balance, then we can say that it is partial omission. The trial balance show any disagreement, then we can say it is a partial omission. Okay, then next is error of commission. Error of commission means if a particular transaction was taken place with a worth of rupees 1500, and if it is mistakenly recorded as 55,100, then we can say it is an error of commission. So while they are entering the clerical officers, while they are entering the transactions in the books of account, and if they have entered it wrongly or misplaced the figures in the transaction, then we can say that it is an error of commission. And another one is error of clerical errors. Clerical errors means it is the omission to post or posting wrong side and the amount to an account, or wrongly posting the amount to an account, or double posting, totaling mistake, balance carried out and balance brought down and balance carried forward mistakes. If all these mistakes are done in a particular books of account, then we call it as a error of clerical error. Okay, so it is a, then we can say it as a clerical error. Clerical error means if any post or any transaction has not been posted due to the mistake of the clerical officer, or if any transaction is entered, or if it is posted in the wrong side, then means if a credit transaction is posted in the debit side and a debit transaction is posted in the credit side, if anything occurs in in a similar manner, we can say it is a clerical error. And amount to an account, if something the amount, if they are posting wrong amounts in the books of account, then we can say it is a clerical error. And also sometimes there may also occur double posting. A particular transaction may be posted twice, then we call it as clerical error. And also sometimes as we know that human beings are operating the or doing the clerical work, sometimes totaling error or totaling mistake will also be happening in a while preparing the books of accounts. So if any totaling mistakes are occurred, then we can say it is a clerical error. And if any mistake has been happened while they are posting the transaction, and if they have wrongly carried forward a particular amount, or if they are wrongly brought down any particular amount, then we can say it is a clerical error. The next is error of principle. Error of principle means we know that if every business transaction is having debit and credit aspect, and every transaction is recorded in such a way, and we are also having golden rules in accounting. If it is not followed, then we can say that it is an error of principle. And another one is compensating error. Compensating error means if a error is compensated by another one error. Two errors are made, and these two errors are compensating the error and the trial balance is giving correct balance, then we can say it is a compensating error. If compensating errors are done, the trial balance will not be showing any differences, it will be giving correct value. So it should also be correctly checked and verified by the auditor. So that's all about detection and prevention of error.